Hey everybody, today I'm going to be doing something other than forging. I am going to be using my lathe and make a wooden vase. And this is something that I've done a few times that I really enjoy doing, just haven't done it in a while. So this is an example of one of the vases that I've made. I think this was a piece of eucalyptus by where I used to live in California. And these are fake. But drill a hole in the top so you can actually use a small vial and put some water in it and have some real live flowers in there for a little bit. It looks really cool, especially keeping the bottom piece kind of natural. I learned that from a YouTuber, and I can't remember who it is, but I will find the link to his video and put that in the description of this. He was my inspiration for doing it, especially for this live edge. So I'm going to take a piece of this wood. I think I'm going to cut this one in half. And this is a piece of crabapple that was taken from a tree that we cut down in my parents' house. A crabapple tree that I grew up with, ate the crabapples from, smashed rotten crabapples against a rock in the garden, and other fun childhood stuff. So anyway, this has been drying. We cut the tree down, I think it was November of 2019. It is now July 2021. So this has been sitting and seasoning for a while. And there's just a couple of little cracks here at the ends, but this whole piece seems to have dried out nicely so that when I do turn this, it shouldn't crack after a while because all of the moisture, or enough moisture, has left this one big dry solid piece. So I'm going to cut this piece in two, and then I don't know if I'm going to show making both of them, at least one of them. I might do both, but I'm going to turn these into some small vases for my mother-in-law. So here we go. Okay folks, no music today. I'm just doing another little voiceover and talking about my experience with wood turning. First of all, I'd like to say that I am just a hobbyist. I admire those who do it professionally. They've got skills. I just kind of dink around and over time learn how to do this by watching YouTube videos and just by practicing. So I got my first lathe from a garage sale and chisel set for a ridiculously good price. I'm like, why not pick up another hobby? So I did, and I think the first thing that I actually turned was a cocktail muddler from a piece of olive branch that I got from my fiance's house. Well, at the time fiance, now my wife. And I just kept watching YouTube videos and getting ideas. And in the description of this video, I put a link to the video of a fellow who did turning of a live edge vase like what I'm doing here. His is much bigger, but that gave me the idea to do these. And I can't remember with his if he hollowed it out or not. I don't think so, but I don't remember where I got the idea to hollow the top of it out and put a glass vial in there, because I wanted to be able to put real live flowers in there and have them live for a little bit of time. So as I said earlier, this is crabapple wood from a crabapple tree that was cut down in my parents' orchard, the house that I grew up in. Have some fond memories of the crab apples. If you've never had a crab apple before, they're kind of small. They can be either kind of mealy or really crisp, but they're kind of bitter, kind of sour. My mom used to can the crab apples, and they're really kind of puckery, just sour. So it's an acquired taste, but I enjoy them. And as you'll see at the end of this video, when I present these to my mother-in-law, she has some good memories of crabapple trees too. So she knew nothing about this. My wife kept her lips sealed. Good for her. So it was totally a surprise when I gave these to her. You can see right there that the heartwood, the darker wood, is coming through very, very nicely. And here we've got some 60 grit sandpaper. This is where I start trying to sand out all of the chisel lines. I don't go for it completely perfect, but just enough to blend everything together. It also obviously makes the vase smooth. I'm not going to catch any slivers off of it if I didn't sand it, but it still makes it look really nice. I don't go too high up in grits. I think the highest I go is about 220. That's really all I need. Just for the record, I know you guys couldn't see it in this, but I was wearing gloves to protect my hands, and then I was also wearing glasses and a respirator because even though it's fruit wood, still don't want to get a whole bunch of wood dust up your nose. Okay, putting some homemade wood paste on the vase, and this is just a equal parts mixture of beeswax and food grade mineral oil that I just boiled down in a double boiler, and it really makes the wood happy, brings out the color in it. And I'm using a piece of cardboard in my hand to heat up the wood with the friction so that the wax kind of penetrates and seals the wood in the vase. And there we go. So there's the finished product, and there's the vial that I'm going to use to put in there. There's my Forster bit, which is roughly the same diameter.
Very tight.
That's right, very tight. Alright, so here I am actually drilling down the side of the diameter that I marked out with the Forster bit, and that is kind of like an air vent, because when I create the entire hole for that vial, if I don't have that air vent, then suction occurs, and I can't take the vial out. And here I'm actually drilling in, I think that's a 1/4 inch hole, because in my experience, if I just try to go all in with that Forster bit, it's going to smoke, it's going to burn, it needs less wood to chew up. And if you can see, it's starting to smoke a little bit already. But you need to make that just a little bit deeper. And you can see there's a crack on the side. That was already part of the wood that didn't occur while I was turning. It was just one that I couldn't get out. And there we go. Nice fit. And it comes out easy. Alright, there we go. Those are up on my bookcase there at home. I just threw some flowers that I had around the yard. That's hydrangea. And then those are various wildflowers, some poppies, and I don't know the names of flowers. I think they just look pretty. My wife and mother-in-law know much more about that. So here is my mother-in-law's backyard. This is her garden that she has spent so much time on. And here is her reaction to getting these vases. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Made those.
I love them. I'm going to go find some flowers to put in them right now. It's beautiful. I love the knots. And crab apples are sentimental for me because we used to chuck them at each other when we were kids. You put them on the end of a stick and
Yeah, we used to do that too.
Oh, it's so sentimental.
Yeah, well, it was fun.
Of
And
course.
so crab apple, and it reminds me of my dad with the Woodturning. I love them. I've been lusting after those vases ever since your wedding.
Well, there you go. Now you've...
I kept looking on your site. I'm like, is he going to put any on?
I don't make those for my site. I just make them special. So there you go, Don.
These are very special. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Now, the rest of this video is just going to be me following Dawn around as she picks out some beautiful flowers and other things to put in the vases. I was very happy that she was happy to receive those.
I'll put some lemon verbena in there too. Lemon verbena in the garden.
And at this point, Loki sees the squirrel.
That sounded like it hurt. He hit something. I guess he doesn't care. He just keeps it running. That's lemon verbena. Smells like a fresh lemon. That's a good one. They take pictures of him down at the.
Watering them off.
Bottles, like antique glass bottles that I like to use for vases.